Day 250. 2 Corinthians 9. 1 But concerning the ministration of the saints, I make it redundant if I write to you. 2 For I knew the readiness of your minds, and because of this I boasted of you to the Macedonians that Achaia was ready from last year, and your zeal has excited many. 3 But I sent the brethren lest our boasting would be empty which we boasted about you concerning this matter, that you would be prepared. 4 Lest you come with me to Macedonia and they find you unprepared and we would be ashamed, for we would not say that you would be ashamed by that boasting which we boasted. 5 Therefore it has been taken care of by me to ask of these my brethren to come beforehand to you and to prepare the blessing, which from the first was reported that it should be prepared in this way as a blessing, not to be according to greed. 6 But this, whoever sows frugally also reaps frugally, and whoever sows with bounty shall reap with bounty. 7 Every man according to what he is in his mind and not according to grief or of compulsion, for Jehovah loves the joyful giver. 8 But Jehovah is able to multiply every favor toward you, that you may always have whatever is sufficient for you in all things, and that you may superabound in every good work. 9 According to what is written, he has dispersed and he has given to the poor, and his righteousness stands for eternity. 10 But he who gives seed to the sower and bread for food, he shall give and multiply your seed and increase the fruit of your righteousness. 11 That you may be enriched in all things with the entire right of an heir, that which perfects thanksgiving to Jehovah by us. 12 Because the labor of this service not only satisfies the want of the saints, but also abounds in much thanksgiving to Jehovah. 13 For because of the experience of this service, they glorify Jehovah that you submitted to the confession of the gospel of the Messiah, and you became partners in your right of heirship with them and with every person. 14 And they offer prayer for you with the love of many because of the abundance of the grace of Jehovah which is upon you. 15 But thank Jehovah for his unspeakable gift. Numbers 17. 1 And Elohim spoke to Moses, saying, 2 Speak to the children of Israel, and take rods of them, according to the houses of their families, a rod from all their princes, according to the houses of their families, 12 rods, and write the name of each on his rod. 3 And write the name of Aaron on the rod of Levi, for it is 1 rod for each, they shall give them according to the tribe of the house of their families. 4 And thou shalt put them in the tabernacle of witness, before the testimony, where I will be made known to thee. 5 And it shall be, the man whom I shall choose, his rod shall blossom, and I will remove from me the murmuring of the children of Israel, which they murmur against you. 6 And Moses spoke to the children of Israel, and all their chiefs gave him a rod each, for one chief a rod, according to the house of their families, 12 rods, and the rod of Aaron was in the midst of the rods. 7 And Moses laid up the rods before Elohim in the tabernacle of witness. 8 And it came to pass on the morrow, that Moses and Aaron went into the tabernacle of witness, and, behold, the rod of Aaron for the house of Levi blossomed, and put forth a bud, and bloomed blossoms and produced almonds. 9 And Moses brought forth all the rods from before Elohim to all the sons of Israel, and they looked, and each one took his rod. 10 And Elohim said to Moses, Lay up the rod of Aaron before the testimonies to be kept as a sign for the children of the disobedient, and let their murmuring cease from me, and they shall not die. 11 And Moses and Aaron did as Elohim commanded Moses, so did they. 12 And the children of Israel spoke to Moses, saying, Behold, we are cut off, we are destroyed, we are consumed. 13 Every one that touches the tabernacle of Elohim dies. 24. 1 Elohim showed me 2 baskets of figs, lying in front of the temple of Elohim, after Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon had carried captive Jeconiah son of Joachim king of Judah, and the princes, and the artificers, and the prisoners, and the rich men out of Jerusalem, and had brought them to Babylon. 2 The one basket was full of very good figs, as the early figs, and the other basket was full of very bad figs, which could not be eaten, for their badness. 3 And Elohim said to me, What seest thou, Jeremiah? And I said, Figs, the good figs, very good, and the bad, very bad, which cannot be eaten, for their badness. 4 And the word of Elohim came to me, saying, 5 Thus saith Elohim, the Jehovah of Israel, as these good figs, so will I acknowledge the Jews that have been carried away captive, whom I have sent forth out of this place into the land of the Chaldeans for good. 6 And I will fix mine eyes upon them for good, and I will restore them into this land for good, and I will build them up, and not pull them down, and I will plant them, and not pluck them up. 7 And I will give them a heart to know me, that I am Elohim, and they shall be to me a people, and I will be to them a Jehovah, for they shall turn to me with all their heart. Eaten as the bad figs, which cannot be eaten, for their badness, thus saith Elohim, so will I deliver Zedekiah king of Judah, and his nobles, and the remnant of Jerusalem, them that are left in this land, and the dwellers in Egypt. 9 And I will cause them to be dispersed into all the kingdoms of the earth, and they shall be for a reproach, and a proverb, and an object of hatred, and a curse, in every place whither I have driven them out. 10 And I will send against them famine, and pestilence, and the sword, until they are consumed from off the land which I gave them. Jeremiah 25. 1 The word that came to Jeremiah concerning all the people of Judah in the 4th year of Joachim, son of Hoseas, king of Judah, to which he spoke to all the people of Judah, and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, saying, 3 In the 13th year of Hoseas, son of Amos, king of Judah, even until this day for 23 years, I have both spoken to you, rising early and speaking. 4 And I sent to you my servants the prophets, sending them early, but ye hearkened not, and listened not with your ears winking face, saying, 5 Turn ye every one from his evil way, and from your evil practices, and ye shall dwell in the land which I gave to you and your fathers, of old and forever. 6 Go ye not after strange gods, to serve them, and to worship them, that ye provoke me not by the works of your hands, to do you hurt. 7 But ye hearkened not to me. 8 Therefore thus saith Elohim, since ye believed not my words. 9 Behold, I will send and take a family from the north, and will bring them against this land, and against the inhabitants of it, and against all the nations round about it, and I will make them utterly waste, and make them a desolation, and a hissing, and an everlasting reproach. 10 And I will destroy from among them the voice of joy, and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom, and the voice of the bride, the scent of ointment, and the light of a candle. 11 And all the land shall be a desolation, and they shall serve among the Gentiles 70 years. 12 And when the 70 years are fulfilled, I will take vengeance on that nation, and will make them a perpetual desolation. 13 And I will bring upon that land all my words which I have spoken against it, even all things that are written in this book. 14. 15 Thus said Elohim Jehovah of Israel, Take the cup of this unmixed wine from mine hand, and thou shalt cause all the nations to drink, to whom I send thee. 16 And they shall drink, and vomit, and be mad, because of the sword which I send among them. 17 So I took the cup out of Elohim's hand, and caused the nations to whom Elohim sent me to drink. 18 Jerusalem, and the cities of Judah, and the kings of Judah, and his princes, to make them a desert place, a desolation, and a hissing. 19 And Pharaoh king of Egypt, and his servants, and his nobles, and all his people. 20 And all the mingled people, and all the kings of the Philistines, and Askelon, and Gaza, and Akern, and the remnant of Azotus. 21 And Idumea, and the land of Moab, and the children of Ammon. 22 And the kings of Tyre, and the kings of Sidon, and the kings in the country beyond the sea. 23 And Dedan, and Teman, and Ros, and every one that is shaved round about the face. 24 And all the mingled people lodging in the wilderness. 25 And all the kings of Elam, and all the kings of the Persians. 26 And all the kings from the north, the far and the near, each one with his brother, and all the kingdoms which are on the face of the earth. 27 And thou shalt say to them, Thus said Elohim Almighty, Drink ye, be ye drunken, and ye shall vomit, and shall fall, and shall in no wise rise, because of the sword which I send among you. 28 And it shall come to pass, when they refuse to take the cup out of thine hand, to drink it, that thou shalt say, Thus said Elohim, Ye shall surely drink. 29 For I am beginning to afflict the city whereon my name is called, and ye shall by no means be held guiltless, for I am calling a sword upon all that dwell upon the earth. 30 And thou shalt prophesy against them these words, and shalt say, Elohim shall speak from on high, from his sanctuary he will utter his voice, he will pronounce a declaration on his place, and these shall answer like men gathering grapes, and destruction is coming on them that dwell on the earth. 31 Even upon the extreme part of the earth, for Elohim has a controversy with the nations, he is pleading with all flesh, and the ungodly are given to the sword, saith Elohim. 32 Thus said Elohim, Behold, evils are proceeding from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind goes forth from the end of the earth. 33 And the slain of Elohim shall be in the day of Elohim from one end of the earth even to the other end of the earth, they shall not be buried, they shall be as dung on the face of the earth. 34 Howl, ye shepherds, and cry, and lament, ye rams of the flock, for your days have been completed for slaughter, and ye shall fall as the choice rams. 35 And flight shall perish from the shepherds, and safety from the rams of the flock. 36 A voice of the crying of the shepherds, and a moaning of the sheep and the rams, for Elohim has destroyed their pastures. 37 And the peaceable abodes that remain shall be destroyed before the fierceness of my anger. 38 He has forsaken his lair, as a lion, for their land is become desolate before the great sword. Psalms 144. 1a Psalm of David concerning Goliad. Blessed be Elohim my Jehovah, who instructs my hands for battle, and my fingers for war. 2 My mercy, and my refuge, my helper, and my deliverer, my protector, in whom I have trusted, who subdues my people under me. 3 Elohim, what is man, that thou art made known to him? Or the son of man, that thou takest account of him? 4 Man is like to vanity, his days pass as a shadow. 5 O Elohim, bow thy heavens, and come down, touch the mountains, and they shall smoke. 6 Send lightning, and thou shalt scatter them, send forth thine arrows, and thou shalt discomfit them. 7 Send forth thine hand from on high, rescue me, and deliver me out of great waters, out of the hand of strange children. 8 Whose mouth has spoken vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of iniquity. 9 O Jehovah, I will sing a new song to thee, I will play to thee on a psaltery of 10 strings. 10 Even to him who gives salvation to kings, who redeems his servant David from the hurtful sword. 11 Deliver me, and rescue me from the hand of strange children, whose mouth has spoken vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of iniquity. 12 Whose children are as plants, strengthened in their youth, their daughters are beautiful, sumptuously adorned after the similitude of a temple. 13 Their garners are full, and bursting with one kind of store after another, their sheep are prolific, multiplying in their streets. 14 Their oxen are fat, there is no falling down of a hedge, nor going out, nor cry in their folds. 15 Men bless the people to whom this lot belongs, but blessed is the people whose Jehovah is Elohim.